What's up guys, it's me Default here, and today we're going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a while, and this is what I've talked about since my return video, and that is I'm going to teach you guys how to differentiate a real pop from a fake pop, because I know a lot of people need that advice, and I know I personally needed it at one point, so I'm going to help you guys out, because that's just what I like to do. But anyway, before we get into it, all I ask is if you guys drop a like, or drop a subscription if this video helps, and honestly, I'd rather you guys just wait until the end of the video and to judge or make that call, just because I don't really want to like scam you guys of like advice or whatever. So like I said, if you guys could do that, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, let's get into it, because I know that's not what you're here for, and you are here to figure out how to differentiate your real and fake pops. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the factory codes, because that is one of the most important ways of how to differentiate a real and fake pop, because if it doesn't have that, it's pretty much a guarantee that it's at least a fake box. So let's talk about that first. So as you can see right here, I have 3 different pops that each have the factory codes in a different area. So I'm going to start off with Ghostface first, because this is the figure we're pretty much going to be focusing on this entire video. So as you can see, this is the real Ghostface Funko Pop box. It's a little bit scuffed up, but I mean, I'm still keeping the figure and I'm not selling it, so it doesn't really matter to me. But if you guys look right here on the top here, you can see a little thing that says FM15, and there's a bunch of other things that's basically like for the factory. That's one of the most important things you want to see on a pop, because that is the factory code, and it also is the date of when it was made, which, you know, that's pretty much how you would tell how old your pop is, as well as like if it's real or not. So next pop we're going to look at is Steve from Stranger Things. This is the season 3 one. This is my favorite one that I have, because it is the only Steve I have, sadly. But this one has it in a different place from the Ghostface one. So for this Funko Pop, as you can see right on the bottom here, it has this little code that says, I believe it's, yeah, DRM19, and like I said, there's some more things there. They put the codes in different places for some reason for some Funko Pops, which honestly I think is kind of cool, just so you don't have like one consistent thing that most people can fake, because that way they need to like kind of do their research before they try and fake it. And I like that, and this is a legit Steve. So last pop we have here is the Dark Voyager glow-in-the-dark one from some convention. I don't really remember which one, but this is a legit one. And this one has it different from the other two. This one is actually engraved in right down here on the bottom here. Hopefully you guys can see that there. But that is the last way how you can tell if a box like is at least real. And there are different ways that they can fake the box as well, and we're going to get into that right now. So as you can see, these are the 2 different Ghostface boxes. This one right here is the real one, and this one right here is the fake one. How can I tell? Well, there's multiple reasons why, besides like the whole thing right here. So the first thing, and this is really insignificant, really hard, and well, I wouldn't say hard, but it's not something most people would pick up on right away. If you look at the movies thing right there, it's a lot wider than this one right here, because it just has like a bit more space in the red. I don't know why exactly they have it like that, but it is a bit wider, and that's one way I can tell it's fake. The other way I can tell is because the box is just a lot darker. Like if you look at this box and then look at this box, this one is darker for literally no reason. Like if you look at the Ghostface, he's like a lot more faded, if you will, and like just darker. And I don't know why particularly. This one's like a lot more whiter and like normally colored, I guess you could say is the better way to say it. And that's just pretty much how I can tell that's real. That aside, like I said, like even the pop logo is just a lot darker than like this one, like the normal like yellow. So that's the other way I can tell. Usually there are other things, like I'm pretty sure I've seen ones where the O right here is like filled in, or like it's like black instead of white in the center there. Things like that, or just like little things that you can pick up on. And just honestly, the best way to do it is like look up the actual box of the figure and compare it with that, and that's how you can pretty much tell. And like I said, it's different for each box, I'm sure, because there's different like fakes that are made. So that's just how I would say to check, but that's just my advice with that. Anyway, let's get on to the figure, because this is one of the most important things, because I mean, sure, you could have a fake box, but you could have a real figure, I guess. I don't know. But I'd say most people care about is the figure. So let's look at that. So here we have 2 Ghostface, and one of these is real, one of these is fake. Well, I guess I did just move my hand as I said which one's real and fake. So this is the real one, this one is real, and I'm going to show you how, and then, like, there's 2 ways at least. Usually there's 3, but I'm going to talk about that. So the first thing is, if you look at the eyes, The eyes are completely glossy, while the outside of it, or like the other black part around it, is just normal, like kind of like the like face and like the back of his like hood or whatever. However, if this one, all of it is like the same kind of black, like it's not glossy, it's all just like kind of like painted over. And that's how I can tell the face is at least fake. Now the next thing I can tell is if you look at the knife, the real one has this like actual good like blood splatter. Meanwhile, this one, it's just like really lazy, and you can just kind of see how they just kind of just dipped it in paint. So that's how I would identify the real and the fake one. But the last thing that most figures like should have, and this fake actually is pretty good because it has it, but the other thing kind of just, you know, ruin it and pretty much make it obvious it's fake. So most figures have this little writing on the bottom, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not with the lighting, but there is like this writing on the bottom there, and that's pretty much the same thing as like the factory code. And that's how you would tell if it's real or not, usually, in most cases. But for this case, I guess it just doesn't apply. Because if you look at the fake, it has the exact same things. But keep in mind, most of these like factory codes have to match with the figure. And while that isn't always the case, because I have seen that it isn't the case in some points, and it can be an error, that is what you usually want to look for and make sure it does match. And while all figures don't have it on their feet, there are some that have it on their heads. So for example, if we look at this Himiko Toga pop from My Hero Academia, she obviously can't have it on her foot because she has the little peg going into the like foot for the stand so she can stand up. But however, she does have the like copyright stuff and factory thing right here under her head. You may be able to see it, maybe you won't be, but take my word, that is where characters that usually have a stand have it at. But anyway, that is pretty much how you would identify a real from a fake pop. There's just a multiple amount of ways that you can check. And for example, like with the Ghostface ones, not every pop is like this where it's like the eyes or like the knife in this case. There are differences, and I really encourage you guys to look up like the actual figures versus like a fake, like if you did think you got a fake, and just make sure you compare them, and always check, like I said, the bottom of the foot, or if not the head, and it will tell you like the licensing as well as like the factory code, and that will usually help you out. Anyway, with that being said, I really hope this video does help you guys out, because I know for me personally, I've had times where I need to check like if a Funko Pop is real or not. Like, for example, my Alfred E. Newman chase, I couldn't tell if that was real or not, and turns out it was real, which is what matters. And, like, there are cases where, like, you will get, like, for example, a common box for a chase. Like, if you look at my 11 of Eggos right here, this figure right here, it does have the common box, but it's still the chase figure. And, like, if you look on the Funko, like, app, it does show you that it comes in the regular box. But anyway, with all this stuff being said, I really hope this does help you guys out. If you guys have any other recommendations of how to check fakes or like how to identify them, please put them in the comment section below, because I'm really willing to help anyone that like needs to figure out if they have a chase or not a chase. I really want to help people identify if their pop is real or fake, just because I know for me personally, I would like people to help me figure that out. If you guys did enjoy, feel free to drop a like, drop a sub, and recommend any video ideas you like in the comment section down below. But with that being said, hope you guys had a great day, and peace, keep it virtual.